Okay, this is video 2 of the 1-point linear perspective demonstration videos. So in the first video, we talked about how to start 1-point linear perspective shapes at bird's eye view. This is called bird's eye view because you have a bird flying up here above the horizon line looking down at the tops of the buildings. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to do eye level and worm's eye view. So the very first step you always want to do, you guys, is your horizon line. I'm not going to label it this time because I did in video number 1 and it's really not necessary at this point. And then your vanishing point, okay? So what you want to do is when you are working in 1-point linear perspective, you always want to make sure that you leave enough space to create depth. If I were to draw my shape right here at eye level, I really wouldn't have enough space to go back unless it's super tiny. So what I want to do is I'm going to just show you over here the eye level building number 1. I'm going to just start with a rectangle. And I refer to them as buildings because ultimately most of the time we turn them into buildings. They can just be called shapes if you wish. That works too. So I have a rectangle. So easy, so nice, right? At eye level, the steps are different than at bird's eye view and worm's eye view. I'm going to take corner 1 and corner 2 and go back to the vanishing point. And remember right here, the key is to draw very lightly. I'm trying to do that, but I'm also pressing a little bit harder so that you can see the graphite pencil show up on the video. So I have the sides of my building, right? See? Now I need to add I need to close up my building. I need to add my vertical line. So I literally just copy this line and I move it towards the vanishing point. And then that's it. So now I have my first shape in 1-point linear perspective at eye level. Okay? I'm gonna go ahead and add another one on this side so that you guys can see it's the same steps, right? It's just on different sides. So I first have my rectangle. I get rid of the horizon line that I don't need so that my building shows up nicely. I take corner 1, the bottom corner. By the way, the numbering is interchangeable. Doesn't matter. And corner 2. I have my sides. Now, maybe I'll make this building skinnier than this one. I'll go right here. Right now, this is when you're the architect. This is when you get to decide how wide, how big do I want my building to be, right? So there's that. And I'm done. That is my second building in 1-point linear perspective. And yes, I get rid of the receding lines that I don't need when I'm in the middle of a drawing because that way it gives me more space to move on. So if I were to go ahead and do another version, another vantage point, which would be worm's eye view, there are worms down here looking up at the buildings. This one is really cool because you can do this for tree houses. So if you want to draw a tree house, this is how you would do it. Here's a rectangle, okay? And then you simply take back both corners, corner 1 and corner 2, go back. And then here is my my horizontal line right above my horizon line, and I'm moving it down, okay? So that is my shape. And as you can see from video 1, I have this shape right below the horizon line at bird's eye view, and it's the exact opposite, okay? So they're kind of mirroring each other. If I want to go ahead and add another shape over here, maybe this is my little tree house, right? You can start with a square, and then you take corner 1 and go back, corner 2 and corner 3, okay? And then you want to close it up. So vertical, vertical, horizontal, horizontal. And the reason why this is different than bird's eye view is because right now you're a worm down here looking up and you see the bottom of the building. Here's the side, here's the front, but here's the bottom. And then you would do the same thing on this side over here. Okay, I have my shape, simple square, right? The 3 corners go back. Okay, the 3 corners go back, and then vertical, horizontal. If I want to go ahead and do overlapping shapes at worm's eye view, I would repeat. Here's a backwards L. 1 backwards L, close to it because I'm overlapping the space, right? Excuse me. Backwards L. And then I'm going to go in and get rid of the excess receding line that I don't need. Okay. And then what should I do next, guys? You should make sure that this frontal space is behind. So if I have this open, look how it looks kind of like it's an open backwards book. I want to copy this horizontal, horizontal. I want to copy this vertical, vertical. So now I have 2 shapes in this space that are overlapping. In my next video, I'm going to show you guys how to do cutouts, which means how to make doors and windows and how to make your shapes more interesting as they overlap and as we kind of turn them into little pieces from a Tetris game.